Hey there, YouTubers! Hi there, Dr. Sheep here. Welcome back to another random video experiment. Today we're bringing back a classic of mine. Moldy bread. Now, yes, I have a whole loaf of white Wonder Bread here. Why white Wonder Bread? Because if there's any processed bread that I want to see disintegrate, it's this. Now, last time we had an assortment of cleaning products and other things to test. I don't really have that this time. I have an assortment of solutions we're gonna try. We're wasting food again. Thank you to the cheese experiment. I don't know if it's gonna come out before or after this, who knows. Probably long after this video. So, yeah, never mind. You have no idea what I mean by cheese. Anyways, yeah, but it's okay. So I've been a whole grain person for a while. And, so that's why I bought Wonder Bread. And also, wow, that is incredibly sweet. Incredibly sweet. That is cake and it's not bread. Well, anyways, a variety of things here. We're gonna have the control. It's just gonna be a piece of bread in a bag, in the bag. Boom, the control. Number 2, we're going to have agua, water. I thought I had hydrogen peroxide, I do not. So, you know. We have some El Agua here. See what happens. We have regular, just tap water. This next one is sugar water. I'll show you in a moment. Next, we have salt water. This next one's kind of wild. MSG. Basically, I'm just taking the bread, dip it in the bowl of water and MSG, stick her in the bag like that, then going and pour a little bit extra in, and boom. So this is a different one than we had last time. MSG. Next we have a really interesting one, alum. It's a part of my grandma's pickle recipe. I don't really know what it does. It tastes awful. It's potassium aluminum sulfate. Haven't the foggiest idea what it's gonna do. Next, we have vinegar or vinegar, if you're so inclined to say such words. And then our only real cleaning product, you could consider vinegar a cleaning product, but we have Clorox wipes. Oh, I do have isopropanol. I was like, do I have any isopropyl alcohol? I do. Okay, yeah. We'll got one more. We have one other cleaning product, isopropanol. Okay, so basically what we're doing for the isopropyl alcohol, is we're gonna stick the bread in the bag, and then we're just gonna give her little squirts. Oh God, I'm covered in isopropyl. I'm covered in alcohol now. Now it's time for the strangest one. Again, take the bread, take the bag, stick the bread in the bag, and then we have apple cinnamon Febreze. It's very nice. And we're just gonna Give her a few spritzes and close her up. It's the most ridiculous thing I have ever done. Okay, it is currently Saturday, August 13th at 3:46 p.m. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different bread slices with varying types of solutions. I'm curious to see what is going to happen. So, what am I doing? I'm gonna clean things up, get things more organized, and we'll be back. And I'll be back in the future. Well, it's been a while. So I wanted to title this Leaving Bread in a Bag for 100 Days, but yeah, I couldn't do that. I only got 64. I guess I could have given Phil my house keys just like I did for the isolation experiment, have him come take more photos and try and actually get this to 100 days. But considering that 64 days is only between August 14th and October 17th, the days that I took photos of the bread, that's not quite long enough. And I also haven't taken photos since October 17th, since currently November 1st. This video goes up on Friday, then whatever. Anyways, so probably about 80 days have passed now. Now let's take a look at the bread here, shall we? So, the control looks the same. Okay, the control is virtually unchanged. It's hard now. So, you know, there's that. Moving on. Oh, gosh. The MSG, this is... So, I don't remember which were the first ones to turn. I'll have to look. I think it was the MSG. Let me look. We'll be right back in a few moments. Oh, I had an extra video for the pickle video. Interesting. I didn't get that. So it looks like the water or the MSG were the first ones to go. And then the ones that did turn kind of fell in suit. And you can see that in the video. But let's continue on here. Let's look at the salt water here. As long as everything we see is on the inside. We should be okay, but ugh, I just handling it's kind of nasty. So this is the salt. Yes, it's so dark from the mold, I can't tell. Here's the alum. Much more colorful, not as black. Curious. Here's the sugar water. Interesting how it sucks like a good portion of the air out of the bag. That's unexpected. Then here's the regular water. Definitely doesn't feel as firm as the other one, so except for maybe the alum doesn't feel so. Kind of weird. And then the only other thing that kind of turned was the vinegar. The vinegar, oh gosh, it's not being held together by fibrous mold, but it did turn. It does look different compared to the other ones. So let's take a look at the ones that not much has really changed. So here's the isopropanol. It feels heavier than the control. I'll tell you that much. It's because, well, there's more stuff in here, and it feels softer. So we preserved the bread. Yes, the Febreze. Honest to God, it's a little firmer than maybe it did on the first day, but feels virtually unchanged. And then the Clorox wipes definitely has like some degradation, maybe, as you can see, kind of like places where it's indented, I guess. Anyways, so what can we have learned here? Well, considering the MSG was the second one to go off of, not really much, because the whole kind of idea of the salt water and the sugar was to see what the bacteria like more. The mold, I should say, not the bacteria, but apparently the mold doesn't give two craps and is okay with just regular water. So what that does tell us is that that bread, when left to its own devices, doesn't contain enough moisture to mold, at least inside of a bag anyways, to mold, which is what we learned from the previous experiment. We did this many years ago. So Phil has told me to stick these in a box and leave them somewhere. God, just forget about them. Yeah, I do fully intend. Actually, interesting thing. So, spoiler for when we open up the time capsule that we buried. Jeez, like 2 or 3 years ago now at this point. 2 years ago at this point. Jeez, this last 2 years have flown by. We did put a piece of bread in there. So I'll be curious to compare to this piece of bread, which I mean is 2 years newer and also sat in a nice air-conditioned and heated building. It didn't sit out in a tub out in the freezing cold and sweltering heat. I'll be curious to see how those two compare. Unfortunately, I do not have the original experiment. I don't have any of the original stuff, which is something to compare to the previous one, because the previous one, the isopropanol, fluffed up. But again, I kind of just quickly dabbed the isopropanol on there. I didn't exactly dunk them like I did the previous ones, which is also why some of these I think are staying in much better shape than they did in the previous experiments. The vinegar, I think, might have, the reason why it broke down is I think that either A, it just doesn't, it's not as good of a preservative, or fungicide, there we go, fungicide as the other ones. So anyways, yeah, so that's the end of this. The hardest part of this video, which even though there's not much to it, the hardest part is going to be the time lapse, because I have so many photos. It's 64 freaking bread photos that I have to put into a time lapse. Yay! Well, anyways, announcement, since this is kind of going up. The channel is changing. The last podcast has been uploaded to this channel. If you want to go see those, link in the description below to TJF Talks. Please go subscribe if you're fans of the podcast. It will not be coming back to this channel. The podcast may be switched to every week. I haven't really discussed that with anybody besides myself. Also, The regular science videos are changing to once a month. Yes, video like this clearly did not take very much time, and there was no research involved, so that clearly we could do this every other week, and there's no issues with that at all. But bigger videos that I want to do require more time, and I've been working on this Phases of Matter video for several months now, and I basically scrapped everything I had written and restarted, and I have yet to work on it since, and it's probably due in December. So as to when that's gonna start, I'm not sure, because I still have a video like this but with cheese, and then I think there's another video in there, I think, for something else. Oh, I'm still supposed to... Yeah, so... Yeah, this is... I don't know. Depends on how much time I need to work on the Phases of Matter video, kind of at this point, because I'm beginning to realize that I need more time than I thought. Anyways, this video is dragging on. I would like to thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. New videos every month. A new video every month. New podcast every other Friday at 11 a.m. Central Time. Gaming videos have been halted. I should also have mentioned that. Gosh, this keeps dragging on because there's so much to talk about. Game videos have been halted because I'm having issues with the recording software. It only seems to really want to record every other time you open it, otherwise it crashes, and it only wants to record certain games. Heck, City Skylines didn't even get past the loading phase before it crashed. So, you know, we weren't even in the game yet, like actually in a game, and it crashed, so yay. Anyways, good night. Subs for trees, subs for trees, subs for trees, subs for trees. Oh, you're still here? I thought I told you to go home. Oh, you want more? I'm flattered. Check out the playlist. If you want exclusive content, check out my Instagram, Dr_Sheep_YouTube. That's all lowercase. If you want to help the earth, subscribe. When I reach 100 subscribers, I'm going to plant 10 trees. If you feel that's too small, then check out my channel chart where I lay out even bigger goals. Finally, stick around for the next 20 seconds to give me that sweet watch time. Bye.